तुम्हें कृपा पारा तुम्हें कृपा पारा शिविर कारणे आसिया प्रकांडे लीला कोइले सुविस्तारा लीला कोइले सुविस्तारा लीला कोइले सुविस्तारा गोपीनाथ हमें की दोष दोषी हमें की दोष दोषी असुर सकाला पाइलो चारण दीनो तथा किलो भोसी दीनो तथा किलो भोसी गोपीना मम निवेदन पूर्णा मम निवेदन पूर्णा हरे कृष्णा जय कृष्णा 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 जय हरे हरे राम 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 जय हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीडी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमती भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमचारि श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरापुरी धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, गंगा मैया की, यमुना मैया की, भक्ति देवी की, श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कुंज बिहारी की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, Thy Gaura Premanande, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Shabadai Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Padeshatari. The meaning of this song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur from Kalyan Kalpataru is: O Gopinath, Lord of the Gopis, please hear my request. I am a wicked materialist, always addicted to worldly desires, and no good qualities do I possess. O Gopinath, you are my only hope, and therefore I have taken shelter at your lotus feet. I am now your eternal servant. O Gopinath, how will you purify me? I do not know what devotion is, and my materialistic mind is absorbed in duty work. I have fallen into this dark and perilous worldly existence. O Gopinath, everything here is your illusory energy. I have no strength or transcendental knowledge, and this body of mine is not independent and free from the control of material nature. O Gopinath, this sinner who is weeping and weeping begs for an eternal place at your divine feet. Please give him your mercy. O Gopinath, you are able to do anything, and therefore you have the power to deliver all sinners. Who is there that is more of a sinner than myself? O Gopinath, you are the ocean of mercy. Having come into this phenomenal world, you expand your divine pastimes for the sake of the fallen souls. O Gopinath, I am so sinful that although all the demons attained your lotus feet, Bhaktivinoda has remained in worldly existence. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः तथा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादाः सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। Welcome to our today morning discussion on the topic of danger of lust in student life from the Gita third chapter, which is entitled Karma Yoga, verses 36 to 43, 8 verses. So lust is one of the gates that takes one to hell. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Trivigdham narake sedam kama krodha kamam krodham lobham cha Trividasyam narakedam द्वारं नाशनम् आत्मनः काम क्रोध तथा लोभस् तस्मात् एतं त्रयं त्यजेत्. So he's saying there are three gates to hell. Just like for this terrace, it seems that there is only one gate. From there only one can enter here. So if one has to enter in hell, then there are three gates. Any one gate will do for him to make entry into hell. This is sarcastic remark in one sense. One should not enter in hell. But if one is having lust, is lusty, kama, krodha. He has anger, which is nothing but younger brother of lust only. That's one of the names of anger is Kama Anuja, the younger brother of lust. When our material desire is not fulfilled, then we become very angry on whosoever distorted or disturbed our desire, created obstacle in it. And the other one is Kama Krodha Tatha Lobha, greed. So these three are the gates. Tasmat etam trayam tejat. Krishna says these should be given up. If we don't give up lust, anger, or greed, then one will enter in heaven. So what is the definition of lust? That is given by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami within the pages of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. You can repeat after me. Atmendriya Pritivancha Are Bolika Krishnendriya Priti Icha Hare Premana. In one sloka only, both are defined very nicely. Lust and love, calm and prem. Atma, Indriya, Priti, Vancha. Vancha means desire. We say Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya. The desire of Priti, satisfaction, of Indriya, senses, of Atma, oneself. The desire to satisfy one's own senses is called as lust. Atma, Indriya, Priti, Vancha. And on the contrary, Krishna, Indriya, Priti, Icha, Dhare Premana, that is also Icha, desire of mm, Priti only. Priti means satisfaction. The desire to satisfy Krishna Indriya, the senses of Krishna. So calm and love, or calm and prem, or lust and love are very same thing only. Only who is the object of satisfying, that is the only difference. When we want to satisfy our own senses, it is lust. When we want to satisfy Krishna's senses, then that is love. So that's why devotees with their body, mind, and words are always engaged in the service of the Lord. The more and more we render service, our calm will melt, will evaporate. First, from solid calm, we have mountain of lust in our heart. Ravan was the personification of lust. Wherever he went in the universe, he would find any beautiful girl or a woman, he would just kidnap her. And if somebody opposed, he would fight and either defeat them or kill them. And he would have the girl for himself, would bring her to Lanka and would enjoy with her. Like that, hundreds of girls are there for his enjoyment. So that much one may not be lusty. He's a personification of lust, Kam Murtiman Swarup, Ravan. But a small mini Ravan does exist in everyone's heart. We have mountain of lust in our heart. So this mountain will melt if only we start serving the senses of the Lord with our body, our actions, then with our mind, our thoughts, and with our words, with our speech. If we are always engaged in service of the Lord, this mountain of lust will melt from solid to liquid, and then it will evaporate from liquid to gas, and then it will go completely away. So this is what is required. We told in essence how to get rid of lust. So if we feel lusty, uh, lust means any desire to enjoy anyhow with any senses. With eyes, we want to see beautiful forms. With ears, we want to hear melodious sounds, sweet sounding, and so pleasing. People should appreciate us. If somebody says you are a rascal, we don't like to hear that. With nose, we want to smell fragrant items. With tongue, we want to taste delicious foodstuffs, palatable dishes. And with the skin, as per the time plus circumstances, in the hot season, we would like to touch cold things. In cold season, we would like to touch hot things. So hot water, cold water, AC, heater, all that stuff. Mm. So this is there in oneself. But instead of that, if we satisfy Krishna, then we will not be concerned. That's why devotees are not concerned with heat, cold, and all that because they're absorbed in Krishna's service and they overcome lust. Lust is easy to deal in that sense. Just instead of satisfying our senses, They satisfy Krishna. And Krishna is such an amazing personality, the supreme personality of Godhead. So loving. On one side, he's so great, so powerful, but on the other side, he's so loving. Hmm. Generally, those who are very powerful physically, they may hate others. Hey, he's weak fellow. Those who are very intelligent, they may hate those word of us whose brain doesn't work so well. Those who are very beautiful, they may hate those who are kuru, they are ugly. In the scriptures, there are so many descriptions. Aghasur, why he became like that? Because when he was flying earlier, he was one king, very beautiful bodily features, and he was enjoying with women in some area of Jambudvip. And then he found that Ashtavakra Muni is sitting. Ashtavakra. He has 8 bends in his body. His body is like what you call handicap kind of, not handicap, what you call it? Deformed body. So he laughed at him, saying, "I just see this fellow's ugly body." So then Ashtavakra Muni became very angry. He said, "You rascal, you mistreat, you insult others like that. May your body become crooked." Zigzag. So then he became Aghasuri. So generally, those who are very beautiful, they will hate those who are not so beautiful. Those who are moneyed people, they will hate poor people. But Krishna, we can see all 6 opulences are there, and he doesn't hate those who are ugly, those who are unintelligent, those who are poor, those who are physically weak, or those who don't have renunciation. They are very attached for sense gratification and whatever else remains. Those who are not so famous, they are ill famous, but still Krishna loves us all. What an amazing personality. So we don't find anybody like that in the whole creation. So Krishna is lovable personality, is the most lovable personality. So the more we hear about Krishna, the more we'll fall in love with Krishna. And then we'll want to serve him. Whosoever we love, we want to serve him, isn't it? Love is not just a noun. Love is a verb. Love means to serve, not just I love you. The other person, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you too. No, you have to serve that person. Otherwise, what is the use of your love? Like child is hungry and say, "Mommy, give me some food. I'm hungry." Oh my dear, I love you. Oh, that's okay, mommy, but I want something. I love you, son. Mother, I'm very hungry. My love is everything for you. So, hell with your love. I'm going to aunt them. So this will not do. Or the boy looking at the girl's eyes. Oh, your eyes are so beautiful. I love you. And she may say, I love you too. And then he may say, I love you. And she may say, I love you too. And how long it will go on? And ultimately, after marriage, then if he says, I love you, she said, go to market, get some sabji and all that. You have to eat. I'm hungry. Go for a job, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours. Work like a donkey and show that you really love me. Become the burden of beast, burden of love, like that. So one has to prove that he loves the other person through his service. So if we know about Krishna, the more we hear about Krishna, the more you fall in love and you want to serve him. All the queens, especially the principal queens of Krishna, 8 principal queens, when they were asked by Draupadi once that, my dear queens, like Rukmini, Satyabhama, then Nagnajiti, then Mitravinda, Satya, and Jambavati, and okay, 8 queens are there. So she asked, how did you get Krishna as your husband? Krishna cannot be obtained so easily. Cannot be, you cannot get one moment's glimpse of Krishna. What to speak of few moments glimpse? What to speak of some association of half an hour, 1 hour? And you have got him as your husband for all time, for whole of your life. So what is the secret? Could you please tell? So each one tells her story. How I was the princess, I had brothers, and this Swayamvara was arranged, this, that, and how Krishna came. And like in the case of Nagnajiti, she was daughter of Nagnajit king, and he had arranged 7 powerful bulls. Each bull was bigger than an elephant. Elephant will be killed by that bull, like that. And more than this, the uniqueness of each bull was he would not be able to tolerate even a little smell of any prince. Any prince would come nearby. The smell only would be so torturing to that bull. He would smash that prince. If he did not run away, he will kill him also. And simultaneously, one had to tame all seven bulls. Then he can win the hand of Nagnajiti, the daughter of Nagnajiti. So anybody who came, one bull was enough to get kicked by, like that. But then Krishna, when Krishna came to the kingdom of Nagnajit, then he said, "I'm desirous of having the hand of your daughter in marriage. So is that okay?" Nagnajit said, "Yes, you are the all deserving person, no doubt. But because I have arranged Swayamvar, it will be befitting if you could tame those seven bulls." Krishna said, "So be it, no problem." Sure enough, Krishna expanded himself in seven forms, all identical. Very young, beautiful. Krishna never crosses the age of Kishore. That means around 15 years and few months. That's it. He doesn't even become 16 year, 15 years and some. 16 years means then Yauvan will begin. So he's very youthful. So he expanded in seven forms, and each Krishna, you know, started fighting with each of these strong bulls. Krishna smashed all these bulls, tamed them. They were all like humble servants. And then Krishna, then Naganajiti came in front and she garlanded Krishna, got Krishna as her husband. So she tells all that. What she says that then I got Krishna, then I was accepted by Krishna as his maid servant. No queen says that he accepted me as his queen. Each one says, then Krishna, then I was fortunate to be maid servant of Krishna. He accepted me as his maid servant. So see, these are the queens of Krishna who got all-time association of Krishna. They're so amazing. Each one of them is very amazing queen. But then still they say that then Krishna accepted me as his maid servant. So if that is our mood, that I'm servant of Krishna, I'm servant of Guru, I'm servant of all the Vaishnavas, I'm servant of all the people and all the living beings on planet Earth and in the entirety of the universe and all the universes, in all the existence, whosoever is there, I am their servant. If that is the mood, your lust is gone and no lust. But okay, if we may say that I'm servant, then you have to serve them. For serving, you should have capacity. For servant, also any servant, he should have some health, physical health, should have some intelligence, he should have the desire and all these things. Where will we get all these powers from? For service, if we want to serve all the people in the creation. That is by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Ladini Karaye Krishna Ananda Aswadan. Ladini Radwara Kare Bhaktera Poshan. When we offer devotional service to Krishna in any form, whether you hear about Krishna, you speak about Krishna, you remember Krishna, you offer any physical service, Pada Sevanam to Krishna. You worship Krishna, you offer obeisances to Krishna, you act as his servant, you act as his friend, or you surrender everything to Krishna. In any of the nine ways, if we serve Krishna, we offer Radharani to Krishna. So Krishna becomes very pleased, nourished, very happy. Then he nourishes us back because Yathamam Prapadyante by offering Srimati Radharani back to us. Ladhini Karaye Krishna Ananda Aswadan, Ladhini Radwara Kare Bhaktera Poshan. Krishna nourishes his devotee who offers him Srimati Radharani in the form of any of the nine processes of devotion service. So such a person will have unlimited strength, not just physical, mental, intellectual, and on all levels he will have unlimited strength to be able to render service to Hari, Guru, Vaishnavas, all the human beings and all the living beings in this one planet, in the entire universe, in the entire of existence. Mm. So one should chant very nicely. One should render all devotional services very nicely. Then, with the days, months, years passing by, we'll find unlimited strength. Just like all of us in childhood, we were very weak when we were born, whatever, 1 month, 2 months, 5 months, 1 year, not much. How many of you are beaten up by your some friend, some what do you call seniors, maybe elder brother, elder sister, some friend in the college, in the school. And because we were very small, any fellow just slapped us, pushed us, on that. But then eventually we grew up, we our strength also developed. Then how many of you also purified others? Raise your hand. We also, अभी मैं भी बड़ा बन गया. So so we become very strong by what we did from childhood till youthful days. We ate nicely and we ran, we did a lot of exercise, then our strength developed. So same thing in Krishna consciousness, we should run and eat nice Krishna prasad. Run means dance, run here and there, run for services, dance in temple hall, Krishna. So, and nice prasad. Then our spiritual muscles will develop. Then Maya can do nothing to you. And especially this powerful agent of Maya, lust, can do no harm to you. Because Maya is made up of gunas. Daivi Esha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Duratteya. So she is made up of gunas, Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun, goodness, passion, ignorance. And calm is made up of passion. That will come over here. So passion is very fully represented by this lust. So that's why one should be making sure that one is serving Krishna all the time. So okay, now we'll get into the verses. Please repeat after me. This is 36th verse of the third chapter, Karma Yoga. अर्जुन उवाच अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयम् पापं चरति पूरुषः अनिच्छन् अपि वार्ष्णेय बलादेव नियोजितः. So Arjun had no lust because this is quite later to Arjun's going, or at least you can say almost for from something like second year to sixth year of their forest stay of total 12 years. Arjun for 5 years was in heaven. He is son of Indra. Kunti had invoked the presence of Indra by using the mantra given to her by Durvasa Muni when she was 13-year young girl. And that's how Arjun was produced. So when Arjun came to heaven, Indra was so happy. My son has come. And then on Indra's son, he would give Arjun also to sit. Like this Vyasasan is there. This is a little small, but Indrasan is big enough. So Indra would sit and Arjun would sit next to him. Like that. And then all the damsels, Apsara would dance. The Gandharvas would sing. And everybody, all the demigods are there. Chandra, Vayu, Varun, Ganesh, are all enjoying their entertainment like that. So then once when Apsara, this Urvashi was dancing, most beautiful Apsara in the court of Indra, when she was dancing, Arjuna was looking at her, staring like this. So then Indra thought that my son is attracted to Urvashi. Maybe he likes because no doubt she's most beautiful. I also love her. So why not she satisfy Arjuna? So then he told one person, what his name, Agniras or something, that you tell her to go to Arjun in the midnight and satisfy him by physical union. So she was sent and she came very nicely, beautifully decorated, and she was so happy that I'll be able to unite with Arjun. So it's the most powerful human being on planet Earth, the best of the archers and all that. She had heard so much. He was beautiful also, undoubtedly. So then she was coming with so many desires in her heart. And when she came in front of Arjun, Arjun said, why have you come so late in the night? Then she said, I want to have union with you. He said, what? Union? No question. She said, why? Because I see you as my mother, because you are married to Pururava, one of our ancestors. In fact, not only mother, it's like a great grandmother. What foolishness is that? Do I look like a grandmother, great grandmother? I'm young, beautiful, 16-year young girl, like, and beauty you see, and we never, our bodies are not human bodies. We don't become old and all that stuff. We don't like that. So then he said, no question. And she said, I am desirous of having union with you. Please satisfy. A sane man should not uh, allow a woman to go away like that who is desirous. So he said, no question. I cannot think of. Then she became very angry, upset. What nonsense. You reject a woman when she has approached you with all the feelings for you. So you are not fit to be a man. May you become a eunuch, a member of the third sex, generally male and female, that you will become eunuch. Arjun shocked. Hey, he's such a powerful. But then afterwards, Indra told him, don't worry, this will be helpful for you in the future. And that's what he used in the 1 year of incognito, Agyatwas. So Arjun doesn't have lust problem. That's why I told his pastime. He could see Urvashi, the most beautiful girl, not of this world, called Vishwasundari, or what they call? Beauty queen, not beauty queen. Miss Universe, yeah, Miss Universe. Not Miss Universe of this earth, who only has her beauty is only for 365 days. 366th day, somebody else is the next beauty queen, the Miss Universe. Not like that. She's all-time beauty queen, not of this planet Earth, of heaven. It is said the most beautiful girl of planet Earth, let's say Miss Universe, is like a cockroach or frog in front of the ugliest woman of heaven. And Urvashi was the most beautiful girl of it. So you can imagine how much beautiful. Don't imagine. You cannot imagine. You cannot imagine anyway. And it is said the most beautiful girl of heaven is like a cockroach or frog in front of Lakshmi in Vaikuntha. So what is the beauty of Mother Lakshmi? And Srimati Radharani is the source of all the Lakshmis, millions of gopis and millions of Lakshmis and 16,108 queens of Krishna. They all come from Srimati Radharani. She is the source of them all. So what beauty Radharani has? Because she's mother, most beautiful. That's why Krishna gets attracted to her. Not just beauty is physical beauty, beauty of service attitude, gratitude, humility. All good qualities exist in Srimati Radharani. That's why Krishna is charmed. There is no one who could be having such qualities like Srimati Radharani. Anyway, so Arjun doesn't have lust problem. So why is he asking such a question? Is for us. We should not, yeah, Arjun fellow. Yes. Poor fellow. May Krishna please remove him from the lust. Pray for yourself, not for Arjun. Arjun is praying for us by asking such a question in this chapter. So, atapkena prayuktem, from where this force come, papam, sinful desire, charati purusha, the human beings, they graze, like cow grazes, charti hai wo. So, वैसे human beings graze on sinful desires to enjoy. Anicchanapi varshne. Many times they don't even want to enjoy like that. Just like Ajamil, he understood this is something wrong. He wanted to take his eyes away. He wanted to remember the Vedic shlokas talking about we are not body, we are spirit, soul, etc. But he just could not resist the power of Maya in the form of that localist man and woman embracing, kissing, etc. So Anichanapi Varshne Baladiva Niyojita. So as if by force. It's like somebody catches you by neck and drags you on the ground to some 100 meter to 100 meter away place. Like that. You are also helpless because your strength is less. So what is that force? Arjun is asking to Krishna. And then Prabhupada gives purport. Although the living entity sometimes does not want to act in sin, he is still forced to act. Simple actions are not, however, impelled by the super soul within, but are due to another cause, as the Lord explains in the next verse. So, Paramatma does three things: Matta Smriti Jnanam Apanam cha. Knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. So, he does not give us lust. So, where does the lust originate from? That is explained in the next verse, 37. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha काम एष क्रोध एष रजोगुणसमुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्धेनम् इह वैरिणम्. So when Arjuna asks from where is one impelled, by what is one impelled? So then Krishna says, Kama Esha. It is lust only, O Arjun. Hmm. Is produced from Rajoguna. Rajoguna Sama Udbhava. It is produced from lust. But then later it transforms into wrath. So how to know we have lust? Sometimes you may hide your lust. So you will become angry sometime or the other in life. How many of you become angry? So lust is there. So desire to enjoy sense objects. So for eyes, beautiful forms, for ears, all that we explained. So then topmost lust attack is by having attraction to the member of the opposite sex. Man towards woman, or male towards female, and female towards male, or woman towards man. So this is topmost. Member of the opposite sex. It is not just in human beings. It is there in animals, birds, reptiles, beasts, everywhere. This is there. This is the strongest invisible chains and jail in which the living entity is trapped. Maithunyagar, that will come ahead. Mm. So if only one can conquer our lust by having love for Krishna. One who is Krishna Premi, he has no trace of lust in his heart. So if we get rid of this lust, then we are free, we are liberated. Prabhupada writes brahmacharis are 75% liberated because they have given up. They don't have sex only. They don't marry and they don't have sex, gross sex, physical union with any woman or etc. So 75% they are liberated, but 25% they are not liberated because in the mind they may be thinking about woman and sex, etc. And they may lose semen and so many other things may happen. So that's why they are not 100% pure. But if they continue chanting with the days, months, years passing by, the contamination will be removed. Contamination of all six another's, but lust also in this context. And then there will be pure souls, pure devotees, completely mad after Krishna, absolutely not interested in the worldly females and beauty of this world. If at all females are there, we say also, na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. Wealth, women, and followers. These are no consequence for a pure devotee. If they come, then they are engaged in the service of the Lord. Money comes, then for Krishna we can have such nice decoration, beautiful temple, festivals, feast. We can arrange so many services for Krishna if we get lot of wealth. No wealth, no problem. We give water to Krishna. Tulsi leaf to Krishna. Krishna is satisfied with love only. These externals don't matter anyway. And if women come, yes, they are gopis, meant for Krishna's pleasure, not for my pleasure. I am servant of Krishna. So my duty is to engage these gopis in the service of Krishna. And followers come, they are also for Krishna. We want more and more servants. I am also servant of Krishna, and we want more and more servants like that. The devotee is very pure in his heart. One is pure devotee, or one is very advanced in consciousness. So this is passion is there, then the Rajoguna Samudbhava, that's how lust arises, which later on transforms into wrath, anger. So that's why if we find that you are angry on anyone, angry because of anything, then that means we have lust. So no matter how much our heat is there, or cold is there, happiness is there, distress is there, you should never be angry. Lot of tolerance. That's why the other day we discussed Titikshabaha Karunika. It's very tolerant. So tolerant person will not become angry. Intolerant person becomes angry. They say also in anger, ये मैं कदापि सहन नहीं कर सकता. I just can't tolerate this. How many of you heard people saying like that? In whatever regional language they may say, Odia, like that. I don't know what you say, but like that. So that tone is the same. That feeling is the same. I just can't tolerate it. Become very angry. Very angry. So one should not become angry. Cool. So for that, heart has to be filled with Krishna. If heart has little bit gap, Maya will immediately get in. And Maya will get it in any way through lust, anger, greed, pride, whatever it is. Something will happen. So one should be peaceful. And he says, Bhakti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakalai Ashanta Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ataiva Shanta शांत कुछ भी हो जाए कोई आके थप्पड़ भी मारी इधर ठीक है थोड़ा लाल हो गया गाल कितने समय 2 साल के लिए लाल रहेगा वो? 2 दिन के लिए भी लाल नहीं रहेगा वो। 2-3 घंटे के लिए रहेगा शायद कितना डिपेंड करता है कितना स्ट्रांग था वो। लेकिन बाद में हो जाएगा नॉर्मल और नहीं भी हुआ नॉर्मल तो भी क्या प्रॉब्लम है बॉडी जो गाल जिसके ऊपर मारा है थप्पड़ जो हो गया लाल ये बॉडी ही निकल जाएगी जिसमें एक अंग है गाल ये you understand? तब चले जाएगा so no problem once in I think 2017 after our advance party to Mayapur in June month so I got contracted with what is that chicken pox, no? That things come, chicken pox. So quite this upper portion or even lower portion of the body was filled with those boil kind of thing. So afterwards, it went away after 15, 20 days, 1 month. But the scars were there, marks like that. So my father came to meet me. I'm not sure when, but something like 2, 3 months later. But still, some scars were visible on face. Now this portion of the body is covered by kurta, so he could not see that, but face is seen. So he was a little concerned. So he said, My dear son, will these scars go away or not? Because almost 3 months had passed, it seemed. Long time passed. Huh? So they should have been gone, but they were not gone. So will they will pass away or they will go away or not? So then I said, I'm not sure whether the scars will go away or not, but the body on which the scars are there, this body will surely go away. अच्छा बेटा, हमारी बिल्ली हमसे में आओ. Means it must have thought in the mind. Because from my childhood, he taught me so much philosophy. My God, all the Vedic literatures, he is like a speaker only, microphone, continuous. In family life, you cannot be happy. We are not his bodies, we are spirits. Holy name is the topmost thing. And all philosophy would be not only spoken, it would be too less. क्योंकि बोलने के लिए सामने भी तो लोग चाहिए. सब दीवार पे वगैरह सब लिख देते थे वो. नाम in Marathi, नाम is the only wealth and like that. So I have heard unlimited philosophy from him from childhood. तो अभी मैंने ही ऐसा philosophical point करता है. अच्छा बेट, मैं आपका फिलोसोफर था, अभी तुम मेरे फिलोसोफर बन. ठीक है, चलो तुम भी क्या याद करोगे. वो प्रश्न और उसका जो भाव वो सब भूल गए वो मेरा आंसर सुन के. अभी वही चले गए. नो प्रॉब्लम, यू आर प्रेफर. So anyway, so he's saying Mahashano Mahapapna. This is Mahashano. All devouring. Ashna. Ashnami Prayatatma. सबको निगल जाता है काम. सबको खा जाएगा. हम सब खाए जाते हैं काम वासना के द्वारा. महाशनो महापापमा, बहुत पापी है, पाप करवा देता है आदमी से. कुछ भी हद तक जाएगा, अपनी पत्नी को छोड़ के किसी और की पत्नी के पास. पागल है. Why should he go? That's why marriage is arranged now within the Vedic literature. That you have a lust problem, you want to have sex, mm, like that dominating nature. So officially, duly marry a girl who comes from good family, etc. Take the responsibility of maintaining her food, clothing, shelter, everything, and then eventually children will be born through your sex union. So take responsibility of those children also. Don't use contraceptives. That's why your Vedas don't recommend even what do you call sexual intercourse with one's own duly married wife with contraceptive. That means for no intention of having children. Sex is only for procreation, not for recreation. But so many people are mad after that. So leaving ones, I know even devotees, 16 rounder initiated devotees, when they don't chant their rounds nicely, like one boy, I know, I'll not tell the names. So then he was working in some after college or whatever, he was working in an office, and there was one beautiful girl colleague like that. So he was attracted to her. He preached to her. She was a nice, simple girl. So she got attracted to Krishna Bhakti. ISKCON is so amazing, deities or Radha Kunjabari deities. So she started coming to temple, associating with other devotees, Mataji. She got attracted. So then eventually she became 16th rounder. They both got married. She was very beautiful. I have seen that Mataji. So is as such for us, everybody looks beautiful only. Anybody who's devotee, everybody is beautiful. But still, as far as whatever people may consider to be facial beauty or whatever. So she was beautiful, and that's how he was attracted. He married her also. But what nonsense, rascal. He called some another Mataji for counseling, that too senior. Hmm, That I have some problem, could you please come? And she came very innocently. And this fellow lied the room and started trying to do all nonsense. Fortunately, that Mataji just pushed him and he fell down and she opened the latch, she ran away. Then she complained to authorities. And then his spiritual master was told. He did that with two, three Matajis. So then spiritual master said, have a police case and put him behind the bars. So he was put behind the bars for 7 years. 7 years, initiated devotee was behind the bars for his nonsense like this. So now imagine having a wife. What are the problem with that, Mataji? But mind is crazy. When passion is there in the heart, one loses discrimination. Maya is so powerful that one's discrimination will be lost. That's what he's saying also. Vidhenam iha vairinam. Vairi खुद का ही हम अहित कर देते हैं. We do something by which, like that fellow, he did not even get to enjoy 7 Matajis, but 7 years he became behind the bars. That is not the way. So one should be extremely careful. Now, nice purports are there, long purports, but time is only not there so much. But Prabhupada says that the sense of love of Godhead becomes transformed into lust. He gives nice example of milk getting transformed into yogurt. Milk, but if you put little, what do you call it, lemon or something, just transforms into curd. So like that, our love for Krishna is pervertedly reflected into lust. When lust is unsatisfied, it turns into wrath. Wrath is transformed into illusion, and illusion continues material existence. Therefore, lust is the greatest enemy of the living entity, and it is lust only which induces the pure living entity to remain entangled in the material world. Wrath is the manifestation of the mode of ignorance. Mm. So, how to get elevated? The solution for our lust and other all six another lust, pride, greed, envy, anger, illusion. They don't originate from goodness. They originate purely from passion or purely from ignorance or the combination of passion and ignorance. Like that, they're produced. So one should come to the mode of goodness. So Prabhupada says, uh, if therefore the mode of passion, instead of being degraded into the mode of ignorance, when lust is not satisfied, one becomes angry. So lust is from passion and anger is from ignorance. So rather than transforming passion into ignorance, degrading it to ignorance, if lust, that means the passion, is elevated to the mode of goodness by the prescribed method of living and acting, then one can be saved from the degradation of wrath by spiritual attachment. So prescribed uh, what's the prescribed method of living and acting. So we have this devotee community, wise temple, or wherever devotees stay together. Family life, family is also there, they follow the norms. So prescribed method of living and acting. We all have etiquettes. So when we act like that, our passion will not degrade to ignorance, rather it will be elevated to the mode of goodness, and we'll be able to overcome lust. Mm, yes. You have said two sentences that Maya is made up of goodness and calm is made up of passion, that is lust. Calm is not exactly made up of passion, but it is originating from passion because passion is there inside, so it will manifest outside in the form of lust. The same. Basically, all these are calmness means internal peace, so it can also be a calm, not calm, not English word. Calm is a Sanskrit word. K-A-M-A. Don't misunderstand with English. C-A-L-M, calm, nothing. I'm saying the Kama Esha, Krodha Esha. This is not English. This is Sanskrit. I never thought somebody could think of English calm. C-A-L-M. That's a problem with that language anyway. It should be Chalma. C-A-L-M. लेकिन यहाँ language हो L is silent. So you should silence the language only. But no problem because it's a language of the entire planet. So we have to use it. But anyway, some other places, Germany and all, Chetan Champru went. There, the people don't entertain English so much. So everything he was speaking in English, they were translating in Polish language, or Spanish language, whichever the European languages. Many don't understand English there. But here only in India, we are mad after Englishman. Our son should be Englishman. Our daughter should be English woman. Foolishness. But what to do? We are all part of all this foolishness. We are also fools only. फूलों का बाजार है ये इंग्लिश वाले फूल का हमसे गार्लैंड्स भी बने जाते फूलों की जो इंस्टीट्यूट्स होते हैं कंपनीज होते हैं फूलों की गार्लैंड है several fools are together as managers, as colleagues, as peons on different levels. Okay, then he says, desiring everything for Krishna, then both lust and wrath can be spiritualized. Hanuman is the example. How he was angry when Lord Ram was insulted. Therefore, lust and wrath, when they are employed in Krishna consciousness, become our friends instead of our enemies. So we should become angry on those kama, Krishna karmarpani, and krodha, bhakta dveshi jane. Those who become envious of those who are envious of Krishna and devotees, we should become angry on them. And those lust, how to purify? Kama Krishna karmarpani. Work very hard for Krishna. Another way of purifying lust is dance in the kirtan. More and more you dance, sweat like anything. So your lust will be evaporated, purified. You may become wet, liquid, but then calm lust will be gaseous. It will fly away. Next, he says, as fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust, or as the embryo is covered by the womb, the living entity is similarly covered by different degrees of this lust. In short, these are different degrees of lust. Just like if you don't clean, sweep your floor of your room for some 3 days. So you after 3 days you enter in that, you'll find some dust is there, and you walk, your footprints will be visible, something like that. But you come to your room after 3 months or so, then it will be quite a thick layer of dust. Now you don't clean your room for 3 years, it will be quite thick layer, very thick. It will be very dirty, like that. So like that, degrees of lust are also different in different person. So in the one example is of fire covered by smoke. So here it is very less covering in one sense. Little when you start fire, originally there may be smoke, and then eventually the smoke will reduce and the fire will be visible. Another example is mirror is covered by dust. So this is little more. And other is embryo covered by womb. By seeing any Mataji, pregnant Mataji, we can understand she's pregnant. But can we see whether son is there or daughter is there? That is no question. It's very thick layer of whatever that embryo and all that. Just can't understand only. So likewise, what these are example, embryo covered by womb, that is example is in the trees. Very thick layer of lust is there, thick degree. So that's why the consciousness is hardly developed. It's called avrutta chetana, covered consciousness. Then in the animals, that is compared to mirror covered by dust. So their chetana is called as sankuchit, just like now we are here. We can become in the cold if our blanket is very small, so we become like this, sankuchit. So full personality is not visible. So that is animal consciousness. And the third example of fire covered by smoke. So that is compared to human beings. Our chetana is called as mukulit. That means budding stage. Five types of consciousness are there. So animals have the plants have avrutta covered consciousness as if dead, and animals have contracted consciousness that is called as sankuchit, and human beings have budding consciousness that is mukulit, bud, kali. Slowly, slowly, slowly it will do. So when we take to Krishna consciousness, we from mukulita chetana, human beings consciousness, we enter into vikasita chetana, blossoming consciousness. Our consciousness blossom. That's why devotees become blissful. Because they are chanting more and more, uh, hearing about the Lord. Krishna is entering in their life completely, enveloping them, and he's taking prasadam like that, all that. So consciousness starts blossoming, and when one becomes pure devotee, he's fully blossomed, purna vikasit, like fully blossomed flower, like that. So this is what happens. So this is the example given over here. All of us are into that blossoming state, vikasit, and eventually will become pure devotees. Then will be fully blossomed. The fire of spiritual life can be kindled in the human form of life. By careful handling of the smoke in the fire, fire can be made to blaze. Therefore, the human form of life is a chance for the living entity to escape the entanglement of material existence. In the human form of life, one can conquer the enemy lust, a cultivation of Krishna consciousness, under able guidance. One should have able guidance, pure devotee's guidance, spiritual master. That's why we accept spiritual master. He offers able guidance. He connects us to Krishna and he nourishes us to take shelter of Krishna more and more. With his body, mind, and words is always uh, inspiring all the devotees. Then next you can repeat. Avruttam jnanametena ज्ञानिनो नित्यवैरिणा कामरूपेण कौन्तेय दुष्पुरेणानलेन च. Calm, lust is so dangerous. Avruttam jnanam etena. Those who don't have knowledge only of the science of soul and super soul, etc., they are so completely engulfed by calm, lust. They don't understand also what all people go for sex with prostitutes and all that, and they have sometimes AIDS. And these fellows get AIDS, very deadly disease, immunity acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. All ABCD, XYZ, everything is there in this long disease. And immunity goes down, little bit cough, cold, and person is not able to resist only. He suffers like anything. So those who don't have knowledge on, they are gone cases. But those who have knowledge also, jnanis, yogis, and to some extent even devotees. Avruttam jnanam, their knowledge is covered. Avrutta कर दिया जाता है, आवरण से. ज्ञानी नो नित्य वैरिणा, जो ज्ञानी है उसका नित्य वैरी है काम. We have Vishwamitra, we have Saubhari Muni. Vishwamitra Muni, what a powerful sage. In the hot sun of the summer, he would sit 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the midday in the hot sand and cover himself with 7 circles of fire. How much sweating? From the top, sun is there, from the bottom, hot sand is there, and from around 7 circles of fire. So much sweating, sweating, but he would be just neglecting. Because Indriya Daman, I have to control my senses. It's a very austere way. So he was doing that. And in the cold winter, he would go to Gangotri, Yamunotri, and dip himself in the water for 3 days at a stretch. I went to Yamunotri. I was so happy Yamuna Devi origin have come to. And I took out my dhoti kurta and I wore gamcha. I paid obeisances to Yamuna Devi. Just the origin almost. And I think, wow, such a great fortune. In this life, I could come to the source of Yamuna. So then I did Mantravat. I did. And then I entered in the waters of Yamuna, in Yamunotri. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 15 seconds. I thought like such a current. The cold was entering all the way. It was entering my head only. I immediately came out. I was thinking, my God, this is terribly cold. Now what to do? Remove dhoti. If I had to only enter that much, I don't did not have to remove dhoti kurta. But I had removed everything and I was in gamcha with the full plan of taking bath. So I was wondering what to do. How will I take bath? Only 1-2 inches of the body was in the Yamuna and it gave such a current. The whole body in Yamuna, what will happen? Whether I will come out alive or not, dead body will float down to Vrindavan, Keshi Ghat or somewhere, Brahmanda Ghat. So then I was looking around. Some few people were taking bath, and one girl was also taking bath. I was thinking, in my mind, I paid obeisances. I took the dust of her lotus feet on my head. वो स्नान कैसे कर रही है? फिर मैंने थोड़ा आफ्टर सम टाइम सेड ओके नहीं, हम ब्रह्मचारी हैं भाई, करने दीजिए. इतना दूर आए हैं, चल के आए थे, बहुत डेंजरस पाथ है. तो फिर मैं फिर से गया अंदर, फिर से 1 2 3 4. दिस टाइम मे बी 20-25 सेकेंड. मैं बोला नहीं, बाहर आ गए. मतलब यमुना देवी, आई एम मोस्ट सिंपल पर्सन ऑन प्लेनेट अर्थ. तब मेरी धज्जियां उड़ गई. मैं ब्रह्मचारी हूँ ही नहीं, मुझको ऑस्टेरिटी आता ही नहीं मुझे. मैं बहुत फॉलन सोल हूँ. देयर कैन नॉट बी एनीबॉडी मोर फॉलन देन मी. प्लीज यमुना देवी, प्लीज फॉरगिव मी. हैव मर्सी ऑन दिस फॉलन सोल. Sorry, I cannot take bath in your waters. You are pure, but I'm so impure. I'm not fit only. So then only Soda saw there is Surya Kund. She is the daughter of Surya. So that's why Surya Kund water is hot. Surya is hot, no? Like that. So Yamuna's water from Yamunotri and Surya Kund's water, which is hot, they both come in one kund. They call Surya Kund. So their water is lukewarm, or little more than lukewarm. There people will pleasurably. I also entered there. There another austerity was to dip inside because head should not be poured with hot water or lukewarm water. Head should always be having cold water. So there the austerity was to dip inside because it was lukewarm water or more than lukewarm. Like that. And it was a very pleasurable bath. I thought, okay, so Yamuna is merciful because I prayed to her, begged forgiveness. So she arranged, okay, chinta mat karo. Even if you are fallen, I will give you shelter for you. Don't worry. So it discovers our knowledge also, and lust is the eternal enemy of Jnani. Kama rupena kaunteya dushpurena anilaj. It continuously burns person. The person who is attracted to the member of the opposite sex is continuously burning inside. Like externally, there is no fire only, not that his skin is melting and all that, but heart is melting, so to say. He's burning for her. When will I get her? Woman may think like that about a man. So it's all powering only. He says in Manu Samhita, Manu Smriti, it is said, lust cannot be satisfied by any amount of sense enjoyment. Our who's that? Urvashi says, I think, He says, Najatu kama kamanam shammena upabhogati abhisha krishna vartmeva bhuya eva abhivardate. Najatu kama kamanam, of a lusty fellow, kam, lust. शामेन उपभोगति, by उपभोग, by enjoying, शमन बुझ जाता है, नहीं नहीं बुझ जाता. न जातु काम कामानाम Shamena upabhogati. By enjoying the sense object, your lust doesn't go away. It is temporarily one may be okay, but after some time again it will grow rather. Same Havisha Krishna Vartnave. Just like in the fire, if you pour Havishanna, fuel, like ghee, bhuya eva vivardhate, it increases, grows all the way bigger. So like that, lust by satisfying increases all the more. Just like itching sensation, lust is also kanduyanena karayor. We all have experience when lust, I mean, itching happens in the body anywhere. So when we scratch it, it's nice feeling. Okay, but after some minutes, again bigger attack, more itching, and like this. How many of you know that one tamarind fruit kind of structure called poison ivy? How many of you know? It's there in the villages. In our childhood, we used to see. Hmm? It looks like tamarind, but very small, thin, maybe soft hair are there. Hmm. So this fruit of that tree is called poison ivy. So what we used to do in childhood, the boy who was very naughty or something, we want to torture one like anything. So without touching that fruit, we would catch it with some cloth or something else, paper, and throw it on his body. The moment it touches him, wherever it touches, it will be itching like anything, and he'll be like, ah. And then he touches somewhere else, there it will start itching. Whole body will be itching like, and he'll be scratching like anything. Oh. And the parents will come and all, they'll catch him very tightly. And oh, poor fellow, it's very, very difficult. So lust is like this only. Wherever it touches, it will just destroy one. So one should be very careful, especially devotees. Ajamil is the best example, how he got carried away. So we should be extremely careful not to give up to lust, but to give up the lust. In the material world, the center of all activities is sex. And thus, this material world is called Maithunya Agar, or the shackles of sex life. In the ordinary prison house, criminals are kept within bars, but sex is such bars that one doesn't realize that he is in prison. Advancement of material civilization on the basis of sense gratification means increasing the duration of the material existence of the living entity. While one enjoys sense gratification, it may be that there is some feeling of happiness, but actually, the so called feeling of happiness is the ultimate enemy of the sense enjoyer. Yes. So next, repeat. 48. Indriyani mano buddhir अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतद् विमोहित एष ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम्. So he's saying that the senses, the mind, and intelligence are the sitting places of this list. Indriyani मनोबुद्धिर अस्य अधिष्ठानम उच्यते. इसका स्थान है अधिष्ठान. Hmm. So senses, our all the senses, they will be lusty. So then hand wants to touch hot water in the cold, and if the cold water is given in winter, so we are like, we're thinking bucket is next to us filled with water, and we are not enthusiastic to take bath, because lust is also there. The desire to enjoy that. If only somebody gives hot water, more and more, it's very so nice. Similarly, the mind also. Mind is also thinking of sexual activity. Then intelligence also makes plans how to have better sex. That's why these YouTubes and all that are very dangerous. So many porn movies, deadly. Our intelligence will say that I have mobile, let me misuse it. Hmm? Or let me use it. Because jnanam, avruttam jnanam etena. So we think let me use it. But we'll misuse it. That's why the best thing is to put the smartphone into Ganga. If not, Yamuna. Smartphone will be purified, and we will also be purified. If not, give it to some ISKCON temple as a donation. Let them handle. असली साधु होंगे तो संभाल पाएंगे, तो वो भी गिर जाएंगे. साधुओं की परीक्षा. Like that. So the senses, the mind, and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. Through them, lust covers the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders him. So one should be extremely careful. One wants to conquer the enemy, may know where he can be found. मेरे पास गन है, शत्रु को मारना है, किधर शत्रु है वो पता होना चाहिए ना. मतलब क्या, ज्यादा भी देर हो गया, कोई जो भी सामने है उसको ही मार देना, क्या वो मिल ही नहीं रहा है शत्रु, चलो तुम्हें ही मार देता. ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए. So one should know where this enemy is situated. So that's why Krishna is very merciful. He's telling in the senses, the mind, and intelligence. Mind is the center of all activities of the senses, and thus, when we hear about sense objects, the mind generally becomes a reservoir of all ideas of sense gratification. And as a result, the mind and the senses become the repositories of lust. Next, the intelligence department becomes the capital of such lustful propensities. Intelligence is the immediate next door neighbor of the spirit soul. Lusty intelligence influences the spirit soul to acquire the false ego and identify itself with matter, and thus with the mind and senses. The spirit soul becomes addicted to enjoying the material senses and mistakes this as true happiness. This false identification of the spirit soul is very nicely explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yasyatma buddhi guna petri dhatuki. So one should know I am not this body. I am spirit soul. I am child of Krishna, his son. I am eternally connected. I have no connection with this material world. I have nothing to do. Just like now, day after tomorrow, I'll be leaving this place, Purna, because I'm not from this place. Then I'll go to Mayapur, Yatra. But I'm not from Mayapur also. I leave that place, then I'll go to Pune. But Pune also I'm not from. I'm not from this material world at all. But as long as I have this body, I'm trapped in this body, and this body is trapped in this material world. But I'm not this body, and I'm not from this material world. I'll be leaving this place. Just like our day after tomorrow, I'll leave this place. On 7th, 8th of November, I will leave Mayapur. Then I'll go to Pune, but I'll leave Pune also sometime. So that is for sure. So one should be very clear. One should not have false ego that I'm from here, settling here, not settling. You're not able to settle in your body. So many years are over. So much attacked by lust, pride, greed. How can you settle somewhere in Burla or in Odisha or wherever? No questions. Forget it. So false ego makes one think that I'm male. This is one big problem. So then anybody who is in the body of female will be a problem because you think you are male. One should be very clear that Krishna is the only male. All others are females. We are enjoyed by Krishna. We are meant for Krishna's enjoyment. And Krishna is the only enjoyer. एकले ईश्वर कृष्ण आर सब भृत्य ग्यारे जैसे नचाते ते तैसे करें नृत्य. Only master is Krishna, all others are servants. The way Krishna makes others dance, everybody has to dance. Krishna is the puppeteer. We are all puppets in his hands. Everybody has to dance. Nobody can, man, woman, child, old man, whosoever they are, everybody is dancing on the strings tied to us by Krishna's desire and will. So one should be free from false ego. Then one can be free from lust. Now, that's why hearing daily that I am not body, I am spirit, soul, and Krishna's part and parcel is very, very, very important. And reading also and acting on that platform, not on the bodily platform. One should exert himself. Body has certain restrictions, some limitation, but soul has no restrictions, no limitation. One should serve Krishna wholeheartedly, and one will overcome lust. 41st. तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ आत्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम्. Oh, Arjun, best of the Bharats, in the very beginning, curb this great symbol of sin, lust, by regulating the senses and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. So, from the beginning, so that's why Kaumaram Acharya Pragya, from the age of 5 only Brahmacharya life should be, training should be given. Children should be sent from Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, three higher classes. The children were sent to Gurukul in the deep forest where there are no women around. And no sense gratification, no malls, no mobiles, laptops, deep in the forest with Guru Patni, and some other senior children. One practices very nice sense control and mind control, like training from the age of 5 to 25, 20 years around. So that is very good because from the beginning only this symbol of lust should be controlled, symbol of sin, lust should be curbed. But that is not there. Nowadays, children are there and co-education, one of the greatest nonsense. Once I have was called for teachers discover yourself course, fourth session. Some other brahmacharis had covered three, I think. I was called for fourth session, Gujarati school in Pune. So I went. So it was somewhere on the second, third floor that the classroom was. But when I entered in the school, I was taken to staircase, etc. So I was seeing the classrooms and small kids were there, first standard, second standard, and I was shocked. in their uniform, one boy and one girl on same bench. And like that, every entire classroom. And I'm wondering, what is this? I asked, why like this? Why the boy choose to be with the girl sitting? They said, no, this is the rule of the school. That on every bench, one boy, one girl. I said, what nonsense. Instead of teaching brahmacharya to those boys, these fellows are breaking his brahmacharya. Poor fellow doesn't have any lust manifest currently. But by sitting with that girl, eventually his lust will increase more at the earliest. Hmm. So this is all foolishness of the modern day civilization. So here Prabhupada says the Lord advised Arjuna to regulate the senses from the very beginning so that he could curb the greatest enemy, lust. Gyan refers to knowledge of self as distinguished from the non-self. What is non-self? Body. We are not this body. Non-self. Self means ourselves. Or in other words, knowledge that the spirit soul is not the body. Vigyan refers to specific knowledge of the spirit soul's constitutional position and his relationship to the supreme soul. So it's not enough, as they do in Jnana Marg and Yoga Marg, saying Aham Brahmasmi, I am not body, I am spirit soul. So as a spirit soul, what do you do? Like just like all of you say, we are the students of Burla College. Okay, as students, what do? You do so many things. You go to college, you attend the classes, you go to laboratories, and so many things you do. If you say as the students of Bulla College, we do nothing. We never go to college. We don't know any teachers. There are no books we have, and no classes, no study, no exam. Then it's a bogus. What kind of student are you? You're it's a something fake thing. You're a cheater maybe. So similarly, if you are not body or spirit soul, then what actions do you do on the soul platform? Soul is child of Krishna. We are children of Krishna. So we should serve Krishna. He is our master. So that's why just the knowledge of the self is not enough. Naishkaryam api achyutam bhava varjitam. Na shobhate jnanam alam niranjanam. That's not enough to say that I'm not body, I'm spirit soul. You have to act on the platform of soul. With your body, mind, and words, you should be engaged in serving Krishna. Then lust will be overcome. Otherwise, not. Lust is the only perverted reflection of the love of God, which is natural for every living entity. But if one is educated in Krishna consciousness from the very beginning, that natural love of God cannot deteriorate into lust. When love of God deteriorates into lust, it is very difficult to return to the normal condition. Nonetheless, Krishna consciousness is so powerful that even a late beginner, we are, how many of us are late? We are all late. At the age of 5, we should have begun devotional service. We came at the age of 18. 13 years late we are. Quite late. Even a late beginner can become a lover of God by following the regulative principles of devotional service. So, from any stage of life or from the time of understanding its urgency, one can begin regulating the senses in Krishna consciousness, devotional service of the Lord, and turn the lust into love of God, at the highest perfectional stage of human life. Then he talks that 42nd verse above the senses are working senses are superior to dull matter. Like this table, this bag, this microphone, this is dull matter. Mm. But our working senses, hands, legs, etc. So these are superior to this. But above the senses is the mind. Because mind makes senses act. Now I may think that want to drink water, so my hands will go. So mind is superior to working senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. Intelligence will guide mind, otherwise mind may put one in very dangerous situation also. And the soul is even higher than the intelligence. Prabhupada in purport says, therefore, the mind, if the mind is directly engaged in the service of the Lord constantly, then there is no chance that the senses will become engaged in other ways. So, for senses, our senses, eyes, everything, we should give Krishna conscious engagement. Eyes see beautiful forms of their lordships. With ears, we hear Krishna Katha or Krishna Kirtan. With the tongue, we taste Krishna Prasad. With the nostrils, we smell the flowers or tulsi leaves offered to Krishna's lotus feet. And with the hand, with the touch, we may embrace devotees, touch their lotus feet, take the dust on our head, etc. So this is the way senses are engaged. Okay, no problem. You please engage here. Already we have enough problems. That will anyway happen. Everything will fall apart. Lamps will fall, that asan will fall, this water tank will fall, this building will fall down, whole burla will be destroyed, and our body will be destroyed. So don't get knowledge means realized knowledge means No matter what happens in life, you are undisturbed. वो तो बहुत छोटी बात है, वो तो होना ही था, आज नहीं तो कल. Don't get disturbed. Be fixed in Krishna consciousness. So many things will happen. When your body will be collapsing, how will you take it? Little bit lamp fell down, you are so much disturbed. Tomorrow in your body, you have to leave. Doctor will say, ना आपके सामने कि इनके अंतिम 2 घंटे बचे. आपके तो 12 बज जाएंगे. उधर हो सकता है घड़ी में 8 बजे होंगे, लेकिन आपके तो 12 बज जाएंगे. ये क्या बोल रहा है, 2 ही घंटे? नहीं डॉक्टर, टेक दिस ब्लैंक चेक विथ माई सिग्नेचर, राइट एनी अमाउंट, गिव मी 2 years. नहीं भाई, 2 सेकंड भी नहीं दे पाएगा शायद. देखा वो है, वो सब होने वाला, सब गिरने वाले हैं. सबका पतन होना ही, पतति अवश्यम. ये शरीर भी गिर जाएगा. किंकुलेश्वरी सिंह. Yes or not? Don't worry. Leave it, leave it, leave it. Come. Attend the class is important or touching that lamp is more important. You did not understand only the class. So much I'm speaking. These things will go on. How does it disturb us? It is there. So many things. उधर WTC गिर गया. So many. You know that world, what the World Trade Center will fall down. The UNO building will fall down. President of America, his building will fall down. Prime Minister of India, his building will fall. The Prime Minister will fall. The President of America will fall. Nothing is going to remain. Don't worry. ये सब चीजों से कभी डिस्टर्ब नहीं होने का. परम दृष्टवा निवर्तते. One should be undisturbed and one should be having higher taste in Krishna consciousness. This is not going to perish. Krishna is never going to fall down. That's why his name is, one of his name is Achyuta, one who never falls from his position. And Krishna never fell down in any battle with any demon. They only fell down. किसी ने मार डाला, किसी का गला काट दिया, किसी का हाथ काट दिया. They all fell down. Krishna only bent down in front of Yashoda Mai and Radharani. Krishna doesn't fall down. He is attracted to the love of his devotee. So we should be loving devotees of the Lord. So he says, directly understand the constitutional position of the soul is the solution of the whole problem. With intelligence, one has to seek out the constitutional position of the soul and then engage the mind always in Krishna consciousness. That solves the whole problem. And last 43rd verse, he says, thus knowing oneself to be transcendental to the material senses, mind, and intelligence, O mighty armed Arjun, one should steady the mind by deliberate spiritual intelligence, Krishna consciousness, and thus, by spiritual strength, conquer this insatiable enemy known as lust. In purport, Prabhupada says, in the material existence of life, one is certainly influenced by propensities for lust and desire for dominating the resources of material nature. Desire for overlording and for sense gratification is the greatest enemy of the conditioned soul. But by the strength of Krishna consciousness, one can control the material senses, the mind, and the intelligence. One may not give up work and prescribe duties all of a sudden, but by gradually developing Krishna consciousness, one can be situated in a transcendental position without being influenced by the material senses and the mind. A steady intelligence directed toward one's pure identity. In the immature stage of mental existence, philosophical speculations and artificial attempts to control the senses by the so-called practice of yogic postures can never help a man towards spiritual life. He must be trained in Krishna consciousness by higher intelligence. So just engage yourself in Krishna conscious activity and that's it. As far as material world is all temporary. You should be very clear. So just like I'm there now, 47 years old. So in 2099, this body won't be there. I cannot be in this body. The body won't be in Burla, and I will not be inside the body. So one has to be clear. Our stay on this planet Earth is temporary. Everything around is temporary. Smaranityam anityata. Chanakya Pandit says, always remember the temporary nature of everything around us. Apart from spirit soul, everything else in this material world is temporary. Only the Supreme Lord, Krishna, and spirit soul, these are the only two eternal beings. Everything else is temporary. Nothing will remain. Your Burlas, they will not remain. Odisha will not remain. India will not remain. Mahavishnu will inhale everything. All 14 planet systems will go inside, including Brahma. So don't get carried away. Our existence is temporary. We are in the body. We are not body, but we are in the body. The body has food, clothing, shelter, roti, kapda, makan, three needs. So for that, you may do some job. For brahmachari like us, we don't even worry. Krishna will maintain. Yoga Kshaman, Vahamyam. So we have full conviction. Krishna is our father, Krishna is our mother. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. Krishna will maintain. Amara Palanam Hara, Ekhono Tomara. It's your responsibility, O Lord. My responsibility is to serve you, to be wholeheartedly engaged in your service. And you maintain me. In fact, that is the case with everybody else also, Grahasthas and all. Everybody is maintained by Krishna only. In COVID period, for some time, he removed the oxygen supply a little bit. So much problem. So many people died. So Krishna is only maintained. So let us not be lusty. Let us not be sense gratifiers. Let us be servants. Servants of Krishna, servants of Guru, servants of Vaishnavas, people, other living beings, all over. Any questions? Yes.
And so much of lifetime we're doing the same activity, the sexual activity. So how can we overcome?
That is what Krishna is telling, no? How to do that. For one side, we have senses, all should be engaged in the service of the Lord, that is body. Then another side, we have mind. We have mind. So mind should be purified by everyday chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Mantra is Manastrayate iti mantra. That delivers your mind, delivers the mind from all these nasty things. And other side, we have intelligence. Intelligence should be engaged in studying scriptures. When we read Prabhupada books and other books of the acharyas, our intelligence becomes very stout. And objects of senses, it is, he gives an example of a snake without poisonous fangs. The cobra is there. If it bites a human being, he will die on the spot. But if the poisonous fangs through which the poison the cobra carries, the poisonous fangs are removed, two are there. Then he bites you, it will be acupressure, nice massage. क्योंकि वो चबा रहा है हमको, लेकिन कुछ कर नहीं सकता, उसके दांत तोड़ दिए, पॉइजनस टिथ. दुर्दांतेन्द्रिय काल सर्प पटली प्रोत्खात दंष्ट्रायते. शिव प्रबोधानंद सरस्वती ठाकुर से दुर्दांत, दांत ही निकाल दिया उसके. दुर्दांतेन्द्रिय, इंद्रिय, दुर्दांतेन्द्रिय काल सर्प पटली. ये काल सर्प जो है, ये आपको कभी दबोच नहीं पाएगा. प्रोत्खात दंष्ट्रायते, वो कितना भी आपको दंश करे, you will not be affected because the poisonous fangs are removed. Senses will remain, our eyes will be there. So the beautiful girls will come in front of the eyes, but they are all gopis. Gopis were meant for Krishna's service. Nothing for myself, everything for Krishna. For me, Krishna only. That's it. So by being Krishna conscious, all this lust will be completely eradicated. You will become pure devotee in this very life if you so desire. But you have to give your life for Krishna with your body, mind, and words. You have to be wholeheartedly serving Krishna. No separate desire. Krishnarthe akhila cheshta. All endeavors for Krishna only. Krishna prityarthe. Krishna priti arthe. I live, I breathe in and breathe out only for Krishna's pleasure. Like that, if your existence is, then last is what? Nothing. Krishna can give you so much love. As we know, Dhruva Maharaj's story, he was heavily insulted by his stepmother, Suruchi. When in that angry mood, when he came to his own mother, Suniti, and he decided that I am going in search of God, wherever he is, forest or anywhere, I'll go. So she said, yes, my dear son, go. What one mother myself can give you love, what millions of mothers cannot offer, that love Krishna alone can offer you. That is the power. See, Suniti, what intelligence she has, what devotion she has. She's saying, see, mother's love for child is well known in this world. How much mother loves, especially traditional women. This is from Satya Yuga, millions and billions of years back. How much love Suniti must be having for Dhruva. And she says, what love can one mother, myself, offer you? What millions of mothers cannot offer, that love Krishna alone can offer. So Krishna has the capacity to give you unlimited love, provided you love him. Yatamam prapadyate. You offer love to Krishna, Krishna will offer love back to you. And once your heart is filled with love, Krishna praying, then this worldly beauty, females, nothing is of any consequence. Nothing matters. Because that poisonous fangs of enjoyment are removed. then it doesn't matter. As I said, it becomes a nice thing only. Acupressure. किसी कोबरा ने आपको ऐसे किया, अच्छा है, थोड़ा मसाज है, उसको थोड़ा बोलेंगे थोड़ा इधर भी, थोड़ा इधर भी, उधर भी थोड़ा दुख है, थोड़ा एक्यूप्रेशर हो जाए. Nice.
Sometimes it feels like easy, but sometimes it's very difficult to control.
If you are serving devotees wholeheartedly, then it will be very easy. Lust will not create a problem. But if you are offending Vaishnavas, then lust will increase. If one offends Vaishnava, Krishna personally puts the seeds of material desires in the heart of that person. Very deadly. Saubari Muni offended Garudaji. So, seeing two fishes mate in the deep waters of Yamuna, he got attracted to sexual union and he married 50 daughters of King Mandata of Mathura. Two fishes mating. What fishes mating? How do you understand? Where the kissing, embracing their hands, the hands are only not there, fishes. They don't embrace. They don't kiss also. What sex is there? How did he understand that they are sexually uniting? But he understood because of offenses. When one offends Vaishnavas, or even one Vaishnava, then sex will attack like anything. On the contrary, if we always understand I'm servants of all, and we serve them, by their blessing, we overcome lust. There will not be any trace of lust. So always make sure you serve Vaishnavas. Any other?
As you have told that getting lust is not only due to attraction,
Getting?
means getting lust is not only due to attraction towards the opposite gender, but rather than that, if we get attracted even to beautiful things around us, means all those things, then that is also called lust. So, but it is in general, means that is our senses now, means we get attracted towards beautiful things. So, how could we overcome that?
No, we should appreciate that this beauty, let's a beautiful flower you see, beautiful flowering tree, or anything, lawn, greenery, something like that, mountains. So you should see Krishna is so beautiful, and these things have come from Krishna. That's why they are beautiful. From beautiful things will come. Beautiful person. Just like beautiful parents are there, children also will be looking beautiful. Fair parents are there, children will be fair complexion. Now, dark parents are there, children will be of dark complexion. So because Krishna is beautiful, that's why these beautiful things spring from Krishna. Krishna says that Mama Teja Amsha Sambhavam. Yadyad Vibhuti Mat Sattvam Shrimat Urjakam Evava Tattat Evava Gachatvam Mama Teja Amsha Sambhavam. This is just a spark of my splendor, O Arjun. Not just beauty with eyes, somebody very strong physically, somebody very intelligent, balam balavatam chaham, all that. Anything very highly attractive. Know that it is springing from Krishna and it's just a spark of Krishna's splendor. एक छोटा सा चिंगारी है कृष्ण रूपी फायर का. तो कृष्ण कितना और ब्यूटीफुल होंगे. So don't and then engage that beauty in the service of the Lord. Let's say beautiful flowers are there, whatever rose flowers. So pluck them if they are allowed. If it is your kind, ask the owner and offer to Krishna, isn't it? Yes, any other?
At the end of the day, when seva is completed,
Mm.
when we go to sleep,
Mm.
some subtle form of lust is come.
That means offenses are still there, and wholeheartedly we are not engaged into Vaishnav Seva. Also, we are not hearing the Katha lectures, we are not reading properly, and we are particularly, especially, not chanting clearly, clear pronunciation, and hearing attentively. Then the subtly lust will attack in the dead of the night. So many bad things, thoughts may come like that. Still, if there was a nightfall, seminal loss in the night, without the thought of a woman, that is not that serious case. That means it's a foolishness of the person. He either overate in the night or ate too much of sweet or something mistake he has done like that. So that is not that dangerous. But seminal loss with the thought of a woman, that is very bad. So that means one has contemplated wrongly in the daytime, and that's why he suffered. So one should learn from his mistakes at least, and then not be careful. One should be very humble. So lust makes us humble. Pride makes us go away from devotees. Lust will, to very fallen. So it's very good in one sense. आप पहले बहुत प्राउड थे, भगवान ने आपको नम्र बना दिया. Good. Krishna is working on all of us. So don't be proud. Don't offend. In pride, we will offend Vaishnava, then lust will attack. If we don't become proud only, ignorant fool will be proud. One who is in knowledge, he knows Krishna is supreme. Whatever is there is gift of Krishna. Nothing belongs to me. I myself belong to Krishna. So what is there to possess and what is there that belongs to me? Nothing belongs to me. I belong to Krishna. That's it. Any other? Any online question?
Not coming till now. Not question.
Yourself? It is so much this thing lust you can all of you can become brahmacharis. That power is there. If you serve Vaishnavas nicely, very easy, damn easy thing in creation. To be a brahmachari, to become a brahmachari, to remain lifelong brahmachari with absolutely no distraction of lust, provided we are careful. Vandamoyi sadhana mate. Very carefully, cautiously we are worshipping not just Guru or Param Guru Prabhupada, but devotees also. A foolish fellow will say, hey, Guru Jai, Gurudev, and kicks to devotee. Then such a fellow will be kicked out by Krishna. He cannot enter on the Brahmacharya also, and even if he enters, he will be still kicked out. One has to be humble always. Humility is the sign of knowledge, and arrogance, pride is the sign of foolishness and ignorance. One should be always humble, and one can. It's a very easy cakewalk.
Nowadays, people doesn't want to serve much
Serve.
service. Service is not much service attitude. They want to look at
They want limited. Limited what?
services. Nobody would like to take
Because they are not chanting properly. So natural ना. जैसे अगर सपोज मैं ऐसे बैठा रहता हूँ दिन भर तो मुझे भूख ही नहीं लगती तो मैं थोड़ा सा ही खाऊंगा ना. If I'm going around doing hard work and lifting weights and this many things, I'll be damn hungry and दे दो यार ये क्या और दे दो भाई. The one who chants very nicely, he will be the one who will be mad for more and service. He'll go all around. अरे इधर हमारे इधर ज्यादा सेवा नहीं मिल रहा है. अरे आपका भी सेवा है, इनका भी सेवा. He will be snatching other services because he has heard classes nicely. He has understood I'm servant. I want to serve everyone. He will not be just satisfied serving Krishna. He will serve Guru also. He will serve Vaishnavas also. He will serve other human beings, other living beings also. One who chants. That's how Prabhupada went all the way to America on cargo ship, 70 age, no money. Why? Because so nicely he chanted. Every day Prabhupada was chanting 1 lakh Harinam as a grahastha also. Prabhupada was chanting 64 rounds. That's why when you went to West and they asked how many rounds you expect us to chant. 64. Why 64? Like Prabhupada himself was chanting 60. That's simple. I cannot tell all of you chant 64 rounds daily. I cannot tell you. I am not chanting myself. The Prabhupada said, very simply. So we should all increase our service capacity, mainly by chanting properly. Hare Krishna, by chanting properly. Those who don't chant properly, they will not be eager to serve. And on the contrary, over a period of time, they may leave also. Natural. Because why? Let's see, one who is chanting what is saying, oh Lord, please engage me in your service. So when we're chanting properly, when service comes, Jai, his love for Krishna, I asked, today morning only I begged Krishna for more service, and now daytime so much service, Jai, Krishna, thank you. Next day he'll be chanting with much more vigor, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Oh Lord, please more service, like that. And then daytime more service, Hari Bol, Jai. Krishna is acting in my life 24/7. I am his. He is mine and I'm his. One who is like, अरे लॉर्ड क्या है इधर? वाइस का रूल है विदाउट 16 राउंड नो प्रसादम नो अकोमोडेशन नो हॉट वाटर नो बाथरूम. क्या करूँ अभी? हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा. कहाँ है गुरुमणि? गिर तो नहीं गया ना? गिर गया तो मेरा पतन हो जाएगा, लॉस हो जाएगा, क्योंकि 2 घंटे से एक माला भी नहीं हो जाएगी, क्योंकि गुरुमणि के बिना वो होता ही नहीं ना एक राउंड ओवर. एंड मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट द काउंटरफीट, कितना खाली कितना ऊपर, कितने खींचे नहीं, खींचो सबको नीचे। मेरा बस चले तो पूरे 16 को 16 खींचो, उसको तोड़ ही दूं मैं। देयर इज गुरु, नो क्वेश्चन, गुरु जहां भी है वो खुश है, लेकिन गुरु मणि ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है। नहीं तो मैं दुखी हो जाता, गुरु मणि गिर गया गलती से तो इतना हमारा कंडीशन वेरी फॉलन। तो ऊपर से तो करना ही है, इसलिए इसको ऑफिशियल माला कहते हैं 16 माला। प्रेम की माला 17 भी होती है, 16 माला प्रेम की माला नहीं, तो ऑफिशियल है। इसके द्वारा वॉइस में रह सकते हैं, प्रसाद मिलता है, बाथरूम मिलता है, टॉयलेट मिलता है, पानी मिलता है, अकोमोडेशन मिलता है, यात्रा जा सकते हैं, दीक्षा मिलता है, प्रेस्टीज मिलता है, दंडवत मिलता है भाई, नहीं और ठीक है, पंचांग प्रणाम मिलता है बाकी भक्तों के द्वारा, लेकिन बहुत कुछ मिलता है। गेन इज लॉस, थोड़ा लॉस है, 2 घंटा थोड़ा ऐसे टाइम पास करना पड़ता है। लेकिन थोड़ा इधर उधर देख भी सकते हैं, फॉर्चुनेटली यहाँ वॉल्स नहीं है, थोड़ा ग्रीनरी है, और आवाज भी सुन सकते हैं क्या ट्रैफिक पे चल रहा है, कौन सा गाड़ी गया होगा, थोड़ा पानी इधर गिर रहा है, टैंक भर रहे हैं, चलता है वो खाली, लेकिन उधर बैठे रहना होता है। सो जाओ, चलता है, जो रात का नींद कवर नहीं हुआ है वो कवर करो आप, सब यू कैन अकम्प्लिश मेनी थिंग्स। मोबाइल भी देख सकते हैं शायद, अगर जब तक सिद्धू चित्त प्रभु नहीं देख रहे, वो देख रहे हैं तो फिर मोबाइल को बाजू में रखने। नहीं तो प्रसाद बंद हो जाएगा। तो that's why classes should be there, and very powerful devotees, pure devotees we should invite. So then we see my God, they are so serious about Krishna. Then you should अरे अच्छा ऐसा होता है क्या भक्ति, मुझे लगा अपना जो धक्का गाड़ी है ऐसे ही धक्के मारते रहना है जीवन भर। Any other question?
Guruji, means as being a devotee, means if we possess material aspirations, so is that wrong or right?
Yeah, that means you are not a devotee, you are a devotee of material aspirations. If you are a devotee of Krishna, then you are aspiring to serve Krishna. If you have anything material desire, it's you are a devotee of Maya. तो कृष्ण संसार करी छाड़ी अनाचार, अनाचार इज you want to serve Maya, you have material aspirations. But Krishna era samsara means I am to Krishna samsara. Just like we were all part of our parents' samsara, mother and father, they were married, they produced us, and we assisted them in their family life. We got the grains, we cleaned the house. Whatever mother said, whatever father wanted us to study, we studied. So we participated, assisted them in their samsara. So now we are assisting Krishna in his samsara. So even your studies, job, money earning, you're getting married, you're having sex, producing children, everything should be done for Krishna. Krishnarthe akhila chesta. Akhila means all. Chesta means endeavors. All endeavors arthe for the sake of Krishna. Krishnarthe akhila chesta. And Krishna prityarthe. Krishna consciousness means to take oneself out of center and to put Krishna there. Krishna is the in center. Everything is centered around Krishna. That is ashram also. Brahmachari stay together, center is Krishna, Brahmachari ashram. Grahastha, husband, wife, children, mother, parents, whatever. They stay together, center is Krishna, Grahastha ashram. Vanaprastha stay together, center is Krishna, Vanaprastha ashram. Sannyasi stay together, center is Krishna, Sannyasa ashram. If Krishna is not in center, then it is not ashram only. It is a deadly place. So we study for Krishna, we work for Krishna, can marry for Krishna, we can produce children for Krishna, do everything for Krishna. Why should you lead the senses to satisfy him. Don't get distracted. Listen to what I'm saying. Like that discussion happened between Akbar and Birbal. Akbar had similar difficulty, misunderstanding that when one becomes old, one will lose. First of all, the child also has lust, but the lust is dormant. Just like fire is there in the wood, but it doesn't manifest. If you make the wood pass through some process, then the fire will be seen. Similarly, a child also has lust, but it is dormant. So there is no manifestation visible. But it is there. And after a particular age, not that lust goes away, lust is there. So when Akbar said the lust will go away in old age, Birbal said, no, Jahapana, doesn't. He said, what? You're always saying something different from others. No, I'll prove to you. Give me some time. After a few days, when Birbal was in one square with one old man on the bed, was about to die. He was 95 year old. So that time, Birbal sent message to Akbar that, oh Lord, please come. And some conditions he told. So then Akbar came that old about to die. He just did not pay any attention. So behind Akbar, Birbal had guided him. His daughter should be walking, some 16, 13, 16-year young girl, beautiful girl, with nice ornaments and ankle bells on her ankles. So she was coming at a distance behind Akbar. So when Akbar was little closer, she was also somewhat closer. Her ankle bell started ringing. Chan, 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 chan. तो इसके अंदर की सब घंटियां बजने लगी, टंग 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 टंग। बोले कहाँ है ये परी, कहाँ से आई, कहाँ जा रही, कौन है? तो उसने अपना सर गर्दन उठाया, ओ मैन was about to die, आया था ऐसे ही एंगल दे दिया उसने, तो देख रहा था, came and stood next to him, वो अकबर को देखा ही नहीं, and Birbal said, अरे you see Akbar is standing next to you, what is it? It was to there. Birbal had, so he came like this, and she was supposed to pass on the road, and this fellow was like with all wide open eyes, like this. जितना एंगल दे सकते हैं, हाथ से नहीं ऐसे, तो उसमें बॉडी में कोई ताकत ही नहीं, उसके आगे जा ही नहीं रहा वो, तो बेचारा फिर and Akbar was watching, क्या पागल है, अरे मैं इधर आके खड़ा हूँ, this fellow did not even look at me once, and on my daughter he was staring like anything all the way till she went dead. So then Akbar said, Birbal, what you said is true. Lust doesn't go away just because of old age. That's what Uroshi also saying. न जातु काम कामानम साम्येन उपभोगति, जाता नहीं लस्ट, जितना भोग करेंगे इच्छा बढ़ेगी. हमेशा कृष्ण वर्त में गए. In the sacrificial fire, if you pour ghee, भूय एव अभिवर्धते, the fire will increase all the more. Lust will increase. Lust doesn't go down. Even people, as much as possible, they have sex at the age of 45, 50, 55. जितना निकल सकता है निकलता. Now they what do you call it? Americans, Europeans, they import the glands, sexual glands of monkeys from India, and they install those glands in their bodies to have more sex, even in old age, 60, 65, the fellow wants to have sex by having sexual glands implanted in his body. Can lot of monkeys. The monkey has so many girlfriends. So like that, they also want to enjoy sex. And Prabhupada said 80-year-old people in Paris and all, they go, Paris girls are the most beautiful girls in the world. Don't go to there to see. Have faith in Prabhupada's words, like that. So these Paris old people, they go to club, night club and all. And there the girl topless, bottom dancing like this, like, and this fellow will be watching up and down at her. Old fellow, 80-year-old, he cannot dance with her. जाएगा, फिसल जाएगा, हड्डी टूट जाएगी, दांत टूट जाएंगे, मर जाएगा. तो जाता नहीं उधर, इतना रिस्क नहीं लेता, पर टेबल पे बैठ के देखता है उसको, पैसा गया उसका. This kind of nonsense. The lust doesn't go away by age. Don't think like that. Only by Krishna consciousness, by loving Krishna. It will be sublimated. It will evaporate. No trace of it will remain. Vishwamburna Sugayata. You see everybody in the relationship with Krishna. Then lust is not. As I said, gopis. Prabhupada was approached by so many young, beautiful girls. They became his lady disciples. Prabhupada did not budge an inch. Gopis meant for Krishna's pleasure. They were his daughters, like that. Any other? Online? Offline? It's okay. I control your lust, conquer over lust. How many are into lusting? Time will show. This visit is after 9 years. So hopefully next visit will be after 8 years. So 8 years later when I come, hopefully all those who raise hand, they will be visible in front of the eyes. Let us see. Okay, thank you all very much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare.